This is my cat. When she wants a treat, she just stares at me. Kitty, you ain't both come toward me. Do act like you always do. I ain't made a video of you in a long time. Now you want to get around my feet here. You need to sit right there on the floor and stare up at me like you always do. Most times, she sits right up there, sits right down and stares up at me. That's what she most time does when she thinks it's time for a treat. And then she wants to walk around, act like she get on my feet. You ain't getting no treat till you sit down and stare at me. You gotta stare up at me. No, I didn't say turn your back on me. I said stare up here and look at me in the eyeball. Kid, look at me in the eyeball. Like y'all, look at why you got your back turned to me. Oh, you give me the cold shoulder. You both stare right up in my eyeballs when you want a treat. And what I want you to do, you won't do it. You want to turn your back on and wag your tail. The sooner you can stare up at me, the sooner you'll get a treat. There you go. That's what you always do when you want a treat. Just sit right there on your hind hunkers and look up at me. Look at you. What do you want when you look like that, kitty? What do you want when you look like that? You think it ought to give you a treat? That's what she does when I come in the kitchen. She'll sit right over there next to the trash can and stare right up at me. Now she wants to walk around though, but that ain't her normal procedure. Her normal procedure is to sit right over here and stare right up at me in the eyeballs. Like that right there. But most times she just tries to stare me down. Kitty, you think it's treat time? All right, I'll give you a treat. I see you ain't gonna sit over and stare at me like you most time does. You're gonna walk around here and won't sit over and do what you normally do. I think it's kind of whatever you call it, just sit over and just stare up at me. But she wants to turn her back on me tonight. I think she's getting an attitude. So I ain't gonna look at him because he wants me to. She's gonna turn her back on me and walk off. Well, if that's the way you want to be, I might not give you no treat. But get over here and stare at me like you always do, so I can show the world here what you do when you want a treat. All right, I'm gonna shut it off here. Like that's all she's gonna do. Here she is. Just stand right there, sit right there, stare up at me. That means she wants a treat. So there she is, staring up at me, right there. See, hon? That's what she does. Just stares up at me till I break down and give her a treat. And so I'm gonna break down and give you a treat, I guess. I don't know what for. Look at, she's getting bored. Now she's smelling on the floor. And then I don't know what she's doing now, like that, stretching out on the floor. But she ain't looking at me like she most times does. All right, that's the way it is, y'all. Ewans, this cat just won't cooperate. Looking at me. Looking right straight up at me in the eyeball. She wants a treat. All right, that's it. Y'all have a blessed night.